Understanding your responsibilities is critical to maintaining your post-secondary funding. Make sure you stay in touch with your education counselor. They'll be guiding you through each step of the GRPSEO process and will help you maintain your funding through a combination of phone calls, emails, and face-to-face meetings. Pay attention to your contact outline. It is mandatory you complete at least one contact with your education counselor per semester, keeping her up to date with how you are doing in school. In addition, there are other important deadlines for documents such as applications, tuition fees, course registration, and grade reports that students have to stay on top of. Do your best to be successful in your studies, because course failures and withdrawals result in what's called overpayment, or you having to pay back tuition. What does an education counselor do? Counselors process hundreds of applications each year. They mail students a checklist of required documents and track the documents each student needs so that applications can be recommended and funds can be released. This means reviewing grade reports each semester for all funded students and following up as needed should students fail or withdraw from courses. Though GRPSEO counselors provide ongoing support to all post-secondary students, they heartily recommend finding additional support systems, such as on-campus writing centers and native student services. Funding policies are explained as needed. For example, one important aspect of our funding policy is that only full-time students get the monthly education allowance. To be considered a full-time student at college, you must be registered full-time by the school and take no less than 12 hours of in-class instruction per week throughout the term. For university undergraduate study, you must be registered full-time by the school and enrolled in a minimum of 4 courses at the beginning of a regularly scheduled and required semester. Courses must be equivalent to at least half-credit, half-year courses. It is your responsibility to read the rules and guidelines found on the Grand River Post-Secondary Education Office website. If at any time you have policy questions, contact your education counselor for clarification. There are some common things we want all students to know about and take care of while at school. It is extremely important that you read all the information you receive from GRPSEO and the information you get from your school. Not staying informed and doing appropriate follow-up may jeopardize your funding and result in you having to pay back funds. Know the GRPSEO deadline dates. October 1st is the first deadline each school year. February 1st is the second deadline, and May 1st is the third deadline. Our deadline dates don't change, and information required is always the same. Grade reports, semester course schedules, semester tuition fees, and applications are all common to all 3 deadlines. 5 hours of community volunteering at a First Nations organization or service provider are required for each semester a student receives assistance. The deadline for community service activity forms and the submission of your official transcript is August 1st. Your funds can be put on hold if you haven't followed up on handing in documentation or doing your semester contact. We will also be emailing you reminders. These are meant to keep you up to date with funding requirements. Please read the emails we send you so you don't forget to take care of things and avoid having your funds put on hold. We need to be able to get in touch with you quickly, so keep your contact information up to date at all times. Your information here at GRPSEO is confidential, and we need your written permission to give any of your information to another person, even your mom or dad. Most institutions have as part of their student services a health plan and charge for it automatically. As a Six Nations band member, you have drug and dental coverage under non-insured health benefits. You may be able to opt out of these school plans, and GRPSEO does not pay for them if you can opt out. Know your institution's deadlines for opting out of health plans, and take care of doing this if you don't want to pay for it. Know your institution's deadlines for dropping courses. When students drop courses during a term, there is a possibility they can drop themselves into being part-time. If this happens, they are not eligible for the monthly education allowance, which will be suspended. And if it was issued, and the student is now part-time, the student will have to pay it back. If you have any questions on how changes to your course load will affect your funding, do not hesitate to contact your education counselor. If you think you may want to make any changes to your course load during the semester, please discuss this change with your education counselor. Any changes to your course load during the semester must be communicated to your education counselor. If you're experiencing any difficulties or have any concerns at any time, contact your education counselor, and we will do our best to assist you. Your success is important to us.